So everyone always talks about setting goals. And the first time I remember about setting goals is I was in high school. And I never had made honor roll before. And here I was, I think it was right before my junior year in high school or in the first quarter. And my guidance counselor said, you need to have goals. And I never thought of goals. And so what made me feel bad though after I made the goal, because I made the goal of making honor roll, I was going to have a 3.0, is I left and I said, well, I don't even know how to accomplish my goals. Well, a goal, and I don't know how to do it. And so over the years, it's great to have goals, and I recommend goals, but also you need the process behind how to accomplish your goal. Now let's just talk about setting the goal. Now, you've heard many different ideas out there, and so what I say is this. You need to have huge goals and big, bodacious goals. Now, I also think you need to have 90-day or 30-day goals, 90-day goals, 6 months goals, year goals, 3-year goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals, and beyond. Because here's why. Most of us set short-term goals, and we can accomplish more in 5 years than we can accomplish in a year. And so we trick our minds thinking that we're going to have a goal in a year, and that goal should actually be a 5-year goal. And so how do you kind of set all that up? And so what we do in our business is we have a multitude of goals. We have our year goals and we back them up, even do a weekly goal and a daily goal. And so let's talk about how your goals should be set up. I use something very simple. I use a SMART goal process. It's number one, it has to be specific, or the S is specific. What specifically do you want? And so, because it needs to be so specific that there's no room for error, if you will. And so specifically, what do you want? Jim Carrey, the great actor, used to carry a check in his back pocket made out to himself for $10 million, and it had a date 5 years in the future. And just as that was coming up, he got a deal to film The Mask and got a $10 million deal. So it has to be specific. The other thing, it has to be measurable. I was training a basketball team, and one of the players said, I want to be a better basketball player in September, or by September. And I said, show me better. And you can't. You have to have something that's measurable. I want to shoot 80% from the free throw line. That's measurable. I want to shoot 45% from the field. That's measurable. So you have to have something that's extremely measurable. It has to be as if now. So it has to be stated in the present tense. Because if you say, I will have something, you keep pushing it out into the future. So it needs to be presently stated. It needs to be, I don't really like this one, but it has to be realistic. And what I mean by realistic, it has to be something that you could actually kind of wrap your head around. Because it's not realistic for us to fly on an airplane and get across the United States. But the Wright brothers thankfully thought so, and they made it a reality. So it doesn't have to be overly realistic, but just something that just when you write it down, you're not going to say, no, I can't do that. So it has to be something that you could wrap your arms around metaphorically or in your mind's eye. And then lastly, it needs to be timed. When do you actually want to set and accomplish the goal? So let me give you a sentence that's linguistically correct so you can put the SMART goal process together. And so here it is. It is now. Put in the date that you want to accomplish the goal. And I have, put in what you want to have. And then lastly, I feel. So attach a feeling to it. So a very simple sentence. Now we take goals and we set our goals, and like I said, we reverse engineer them. We also have a process every morning through our priming process that we write down what our goal is for the day. And I have my employees give me that at the end of every week so they're accountable to the process. So you have to set your goals each and every day so you're setting that reticulation activation system so you know what you're looking for. So it's a very simple goal setting process, and have bodacious goals. We had a president, and President Obama, whether you like him or not, had some bodacious goals. This guy was smoking pot sitting in college and saying he was going to be president of the United States, and he made it, basically with his upbringing to be the highest leader in the world. So have bodacious goals.